YouTube, what's going on? It's professional Madden player T Davis, and welcome to another free mini scheme here on the YouTube channel. We're breaking down 32 NFL team playbooks, going over the 5 best money plays in each playbook. I think you guys are going to really enjoy today's video. It's going to help you guys improve a lot when it comes to getting better at competitive Madden. Make sure you guys subscribe here to the channel on YouTube for the best pro player tips, gameplays, ebooks, and much more. Check out my coaching sessions down below as well. We have 30-minute and 60-minute sessions if you want to improve as a Madden player. I also have a defensive ebook available, my multiple playbook defensive ebook. We have 80 minutes worth of run scheme, defensive scheme, how to build a scheme in general. We have some great blitzes in the ebook as well, so definitely check that stuff out. I stream on Twitch as well. You can check out all my social medias, all my links in the description below. Definitely check all that stuff out in the links in the description below. That's it for the intro, guys. Let's get into today's video. YouTube, what's going on? Today we're taking a look at the San Francisco 49ers playbook. I absolutely love this playbook here in Madden 21. It's one of the best in the game in my opinion. The reason is because it has an elite two running back system. So you'll see here we start on the strong close, which we're going to break down some plays from that, which is probably the best formation in the playbook. But we also have things like I form close, slot, I form slot. Other things that we can audible to, we also have an I-form H-wing and I-form tight. So it's a very run-heavy playbook, but it has some great passes here out of this strong close. So before we get into these passes, I just wanted to mention, you want to use this playbook to be able to audible around. So I like to come out in this strong close, but I will audible over to this I-form close slot. I'll set the power O, the dive, the stretch. There's a couple of decent pass plays in here. Same thing from the slot and the slot close. I'll set the stretch and the RPO dives out of these in my audibles, and I will audible over to them from the strong close formation to create a nice under center scheme out of the two running back personnel. So what we want to look at here, first play I'm going to take a look at is going to be mesh post. Now this is the only playbook in the game that has this specific mesh post. If I can find, there it is, has this only play in the game that has this specific mesh post here from strong close. Now this play is absolute money. We're going to just run it versus random defenses because it's so good. Now, what you can do is I like to come out and run this just straight versus the blitz. So a lot of times I'll just come out, kind of just hike the ball, and you either hit one of these drags or the post against the blitz. It's a great stock play with that mesh concept. So let's go ahead and run it here. And what do we see? We just check it, or right there we have the crossing route over the middle. So you can either check it down to one of those drags or just hit that sharp cutting post over the middle of the field. Let's go ahead and run it again like that. This time I'm going to check it down to my drag. You see there the flat from the fullback brings out the flat zones to allow these drags to get open over the middle. So I just check it down one more time like this. Going to go ahead and hike it. This time once again we have that drag. We pick up an easy 5 to 6 yards because the flat is brought out by our fullback. Now if they do blitz, sometimes you can just check it down to your fullback, you know, out of the backfield. But if their man coverage tight like that, I'm obviously going to hit my quick post route. So one more time with this setup, and there's another setup we can do as well that makes this play really difficult. One more time, we check it down to the drag. Now what you can also do is turn this into a flood concept. So what I like to do is put square on the left side there on a streak, and I'm going to go ahead and motion Kendrick Bourne over to the left side. So now I have this turns into a corner route. So I'm going to have a flood here going to the left side. What do we have? This time we check it down to George Kittle on the drag. So if they play back curl flats, cloud flats, we'll be able to check it down to our tight end drag. If they play hard flats underneath, I'm going to go ahead and hit this corner route over the top behind the defense. Looks like we have man coverage here. Should be able to hit that corner route. See, Kendrick Bourne doesn't have elite speed. Of course, you want your fastest receivers possible in that spot. Let me go ahead and run it one more time here. Use that motion again. So we have this flood concept. Looks like we have man coverage again this time, but now we're going to have George Kittle wide open for a huge play, 8 to 10 yards. I want to be able to hit that corner route, so I'll do it one more time here before we get into the next one. See if I can hit this corner route deep down the sidelines. These corner routes are elite versus things like Tampa 2. This time it's man coverage, so we're just going to check it down to Kittle again. So you get the point, though. Flood concept to the left side. We're able to be very versatile from this specific mesh post play. All right, guys. Next play I want to take a look at is FL drive out of strong close. And now it's very important that you have a tight end route apprentice, or if you have a quarterback with power route master, that'll do the job as well. We're going to want to put our tight end on a post route. That's why we want that route apprentice. Now, if you don't have the route apprentice, you can run the play wide receiver out because it has that tight end post that we want. And you can do a similar setup out of that, but I will say the FL drive is better because we have that deep, skinny post on the left side. So if you're not going to use that, you can just go ahead and streak your left receiver out, a wide receiver out for the setup that we're about to do. But for this, I like FL drive. We're going to go ahead and run it versus random coverages. Only thing I like to do is put my tight end on that post, like I said, so it looks like that. And then I'm going to put Bourne on a slant. And I'm going to go ahead and motion him left. So now it looks kind of the same as we did out of the mesh post, but it's a completely different play. The receiver's obviously going to the other side. So we've already built a little two-play scheme here out of the strong close utilizing motion. Go ahead and hike it. What do we have? I like to low pass these slants. Oh, they played match coverage right there. So that was a horrible read by me. Let me run this back. That was a really, really bad read by me. You should never throw that type of pass. Let's go ahead and try it again, though. We're going to go ahead and motion that slant. This time, we're going to have man coverage. As you see there, George Kittle is going to get wide open versus that man coverage. Now, you want good speed here because the skinny post as well can get open versus man coverage deep down the field. So have your fastest guy at that square position for that deep post. But really, you're just looking for that slant post combo. You see there, those low pass slants with motion get in front of all the zone coverages. So any type of hook zones, yellow zones on defense, you can low pass that all day long. You kind of wait for the user. If the user bites on that post, or I meant to throw to the slant right there, you're kind of watching the user on defense. If they bite on the slant, you throw it to the post. If they bite on the slant, or if they bite on the post, then you wait for the slant to get open. We also have our flat route out of the backfield to kind of bring back any defenses unless they blitz or something like that, or they leave the flats open, then you just pepper it down to that fullback in the flat. So let's go ahead and run it one more time here. We're going to utilize motion again with that slant. What do we have? We're going to look for the slant post combo. Looks like we're going to have the slant wide open with a low pass over the middle of the field like that. I'll do it one more time here and try to hit the tight end post. Because if you're patient, a lot of times you can wait for your tight end post to get to the sidelines. So pretend here they come down, they bite on the slant. We're going to wait, and then we eventually hit George Kittle wide open on the sidelines for a big play. So slant post combo, then you have the deep skinny post behind it. One of the best route combos in the game. All right, guys, next formation we're going to look at is split close. And I really like this because if you want to come out in this, just sub in George Kittle here, and you're going to be able to audible down from the split close into that strong close or the I-form close or any of those other formations we already talked about. So it's very ideal that you sub in a tight end here at the receiver spot. You don't need to if you want to keep extra receivers out there, but I like to sub in that tight end to allow to keep my formation versatile to be able to audible. Now, a lot of good plays in here we can look at. Some plays like PA slide is really effective. Fullback inside, one of the best runs in the game. I'm actually going to put that in my audibles because in case I want to audible down to that run is absolute money. We also have the slip screen, which is very effective. Fullback trail, which is really good. Halfback wheel is very effective. But the play I want to look at is wide receiver corner. This play is absolute money. I'm going to go ahead and run this versus random coverages. Now, you can literally just come out and run this stock. I'm going to go ahead and put my running back on a wheel. And I like to usually motion out this C route a little bit like that. And you're going to see here that you can throw a lot of different things. As we take a sack there, we had the flats wide open, though. I'm looking to hit that C route with a low pass. It's kind of how you want to do it. So let me go ahead and try that again here. See if we can get it in there. This time we're going to have square on that deep post over the middle. So I was patient there. Obviously, Jimmy G can't throw it on the run too well. But if I would have had a little bit more time, that is going to get open deep down the field. So let's go ahead and try this one more time here. Motion him out. See if we can maybe hit him with a low pass. There it is, wide open on the sidelines. That's the C route we want. Use that motion to be able to get that C route with a low pass underneath the zones. Now, that's one setup. The other setup I'd like to do is something like this, where I'll just have a streak from Kittle already there. Then I'll have this motion slant from Bourne go with the post. The slant post combo is one of the best in the game. I motion him out like this. What do I have? I'm going to have that slant over the middle. And I threw a little bit too soon right there. If I would have waited, he would have got open to the sidelines. Let's go ahead and try that again here. Going to motion out Bourne on that slant. And this time we're just going to check it down to our running back on the little out route. So you want these two running back routes outside on the flats to be able to bring out those flat zones. See if I can hit either the slant or the post on this one. This time we have our motion slant with the low pass over the middle of the field. So if you're patient, you can wait for that post. Now the one other setup I like to do here is put Bourne on a drag like that. And then I'm going to actually motion him to the left side now. So I have a little flood going to the right side with the drag and the post going to the right side. If I'm patient, I can kind of wait. What do I have? I had the post wide open, but I couldn't get it there. So that creates a little flood going to the right side. So what you really want to do when you play offense is be versatile and attack all sides of the field. Now, if they come on defense like this, you just audible down to that fullback inside. This fullback inside is absolute money, one of the best runs in the game. It's like an inside zone. So if you mix that in with the power O out of this and you audible around, it's going to make this formation very difficult to defend. So once again, we're going to go ahead and use that motion. Now we have the flood concept here to the right side. I'm just going to check it down to my drag, pick up about 8 to 10 yards for an easy completion. Let's jump into the next play. Alright guys, next formation we're going to look at is the gun tight. This playbook is really good for the gun tight. It has a lot of good plays. Some plays I like is Z-spot, really effective with that deep C route from the slot position. We have a quick base, of course. PA cross is good. Bench we love every year. Always one of the easiest concepts to run. Drive corner is good. Seams is really good. Slot curl is really good. And flanker drive, if you have some route chems, is really good. So this formation is stacked. The play I want to look at is slot post. We're going to go ahead and run it versus random coverages. Now, a couple different things you can do out of this is I like to put my receiver on the left side there on a streak like that. I'm going to go ahead and use a motion slant with square like this. And the running back route is actually really effective as well, but the money route is that slant post combo. Again, this time we check it down to our slant with a low pass. So as you guys can tell, I love me some slant post combos, just absolute money this year. I'm going to go ahead and run it again like this, motion out that slant. And we're going to wait for George Kittle there. You see Kittle was about to get wide open, but I'm getting no time in the pocket there. Looks like DeForest Buckner is just coming free at me all the time here. But if you wait and you're patient, you can hit George Kittle there on that post. There it is right there, wide open, but we can't get it there. We got to throw out a sack animation. So you see Kittle just absolutely torching the defense with that post route. We'll utilize motion one more time here. Let's try to wait for the running back route out of the backfield. You see this little delayed out route is money. Especially if he doesn't get bumped to the line like that. You're able to check that down. Now, one other setup you can do out of this is a setup like this where you put your running back on a wheel. I'm going to go ahead and put circle on a little flat route like this. And I also like to put the slot receiver again on a streak and then put square on a little hitch. So you have that post hitch combo to the left side. Then the right side, we have that flat wheel combo versus zone that we love so much. You put him in a low pass right there when he gets in that little pocket. All day long versus zone coverage. We'll go ahead and do that setup one more time here. So it looks like this. Utilize that motion to the right side now. And I think we have man coverage here, so we should have Kittle winning wide open on that post route. He does. And if they were going to cover that post, we just check it down to our hitch. So we're able to attack all sides of the field here out of this gun type play. Alright guys, final play of the 5-play money scheme here in the Niners playbook is the PA post dig shot. Now this play is one of the best stock plays in all of Madden. A couple different things you can do is come out, and I like just to drag my tight end, right, just like that. So it allows you to create a flood concept going to the left side here. We're gonna be able to attack all levels of the field with the underneath with the drag, the backside crosser over the middle, and then you also have the dig coming across the middle at the end. Then of course if there's a lapse in coverage, maybe you have a speed demon on the left side, you got that deep skinny post to beat them over the top. So we go ahead and hike it, and this time we'll just check down right away to Kittle for a nice little completion for an easy 5 yards. So say they start to bite down on that little drag to Kittle, that's when you start to hit them with the deeper routes. And this time we'll go ahead and hit R1 on our deep crosser. As you can see there, they kind of matched onto it pretty well. I read that a little bit late, a little wrong. Let me go ahead and try that one more time here. Hit that deep crosser from the slot position. And you see we're about to get R1 wide open to the sidelines. But our 49ers offensive line just cannot block right now to save their lives. So this time, what do we have? We're going to have that deep skinny post versus cover 2. But I get hit as I throw again, man. Jimmy G is just not making things happen for us. We have so many things wide open. This time, they're in a quarter 3 deep type of defense. So this time, we'll just go ahead and check down to that crosser right over the middle. But I want to wait till I can get that crosser deep to the sidelines, because that's really the bread and butter of this play. You know, they kind of bite down the drag, boom, they go to the drag, we wait, we hit our deep crosser to the sidelines. That's exactly what you want it to look like. Absolute money. Now, one other thing you can do is if you don't want to do the tight end drag, I like to put them on a delay fade. These tight end delay fades, absolute money. It's really an effective strategy when you have the deep crosser from Ayuk and Kittle on the delay fade behind it. You kind of can roll out, look for your crosser, and then eventually release your tight end if their crosser's open. And it really creates a difficult dynamic for the defensive user to guard both routes. And then you get yourself an escape artist quarterback, maybe a gunslinger. You go ahead and check that down to George Kittle there, and as he's just missed it right there. But you'll see that it creates a dynamic because they have to go to the left side to guard that deep crosser, and then you just can release your tight end like this and then check it down for an easy completion of 5 yards. So either the drag, the delay fade, either one can be really effective when it comes to passing. Hope you guys enjoyed this 5-play money scheme out of the San Francisco 49ers playbook. I really love this playbook. It has a lot of versatility whether you want to pass or run and be balanced. And I always love to be balanced when it comes to competitive Madden. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like it. Comment down below your thoughts. What's been your favorite playbook breakdown? We've almost done all 32 now. We're getting close. Appreciate all you guys' support. Make sure to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. Until next time, your boy T Davis is out.